said, Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The best of you in the sight of Allah is not he who is male, or not she who is female. The best of you in the sight of Allah is the one who has the greatest fear of Allah in the heart. And so if she has more fear of Allah than him, her husband, she stands taller. And he has more taqwa, he stands taller. But while they are equal vertically in their relationship with Allah, they are not equal horizontally in the relationship with each other. No. Allah says in Surah An-Nisa of the Quran, الرجال قوامون على النساء. Men must maintain women. And men must guard and protect women. I went to buy the Guardian 2 mornings ago, and there was this woman at the counter, and she had a bag. And as I came to buy, she approached me. She said, "Mister, would you like to buy a bottle of kuchula?" The lady in the shop had already bought a bottle of kuchula. So I said, "Sister, where are you living?" She said, "Siparia." I said, "Who taking care of the children?" She said, "Well, I have my mother home taking care of the children, and I have to sell the kuchula to mind the children. And Mister, thank you for buying it from me, $15 for the bottle." So I said to her, and I said to the lady in the shop, I said, "You know, in Islam, it's not like this. Allah says that men must maintain women." So the woman asked, "Would that mean a woman can't work?" I said, "Of course, if she wants to work, if she wants to do business, she has the freedom to do it. But what she earns is hers. Hers. He have no right to what she earns. It's her property. He has to maintain her. And if a man does not maintain his wife, he's committing sin." When we build a Muslim village, I said to her, our men will maintain all the women of the society. But if a woman wants to engage in economic activity, she has the freedom to do that. She said, "Mister, I wish the whole world was like that. Because men don't do it nowadays. When a man does not maintain his wife, when a man does not maintain his children, although he has the means to do it, he is committing zulm, oppression, and he must be condemned for it. And the society should not recognize such a man as someone of respect. No. But not only must men guard and respect, maintain women, but men must guard and protect women. And this is why Allah has made it obligatory on a wife that she must be obedient to her husband. Provided that obedience of the husband does not require or entail disobedience of Allah and His Messenger. If women must be obedient to their husbands, but men do not have an obligation to be obedient to their wives, can we say that horizontally men and women are equal in Islam? Let me repeat that question. We said that vertically there is equality in the relationship with Allah. They are equal in this sight. As equal as are the teeth of a comb. That's vertically. But horizontally, are they equal? No. The Quran says about men, alayhinna daraja, that men have a degree above women horizontally in their relationship bilaterally with each other, in that she must be obedient to him because he has to guard and protect her. So she can't leave the house to go put a Spain without his permission. If she says, "I don't need your permission. Who do you think you are? It's time for him to warn her. And if he warns her and she's not willing to listen, it's time for him to sleep separately from her. And then if that doesn't solve the problem, it's time to say goodbye. Because men have functions to perform, which are different from women. A woman is the most important part of a society. If a society is to be a healthy society, a stable society, the basic unit for success is the family. And if the family is to be a stable family and a healthy family, the most strategic input of all is not from government, not from men, but from women. And so the very health of the whole world is dependent upon women, which is why the Messenger of Allah was asked, who should I honor? And he said, your mother. And then he was asked the second question, who should I honor after that? He said, your mother. And then he was asked a third time, who should I honor? He said, your mother. And then he was asked the fourth time, who should I honor? And then he said, your father. Now there's a status of a woman when she fulfills her functions as a mother and as a wife. The slave woman is giving birth to her mistress, but to explain that, we have to explain what is happening in the feminist revolution. She goes out to work full-time outside of the house because that is the road to economic independence. Well, now who's going to take care of the children? Put them in the daycare center. Put them in the next door neighbor. Put them with a granny. Put them with a babysitter. Put them anywhere. But I had to go to work. Well, your mother was not like that, was she? Not even the animals out there in the animal kingdom do that with their children. We do not want to hurt the feelings of anyone, but we need to speak facts. Ask the child. After all, that child is a human being. Ask the child. Who would you prefer, mommy or the daycare center? Who would you prefer, mommy or the babysitter? The child is neglected. When you are neglecting your children, you are now destabilizing the whole society and producing tomorrow's criminals. That does not mean that men do not have an input in the creation of criminals. She goes to work. And so the children are now neglected. But more than that, much more than that. I cannot pursue my career and have so many children. No. A working woman could only have one child, or maybe 2 children, most of all 3. A working woman cannot have 6 and 8 children. You mad or what? And so listen, Allah may have said it in the Quran that He does the writing. He decides how many children you will have. And He decides when you will have the children. He may have said that in the Quran, but down here it had to be different. In this marriage, we decide how many children we're going to have. And in this marriage, we decide when we're going to have the children, when it is convenient to have a child. And if I get pregnant and it's not convenient, we want to abort the child. That is shirk. That is shirk. As a woman goes to work, not only do we have these problems in the home, but notice that she not only has to be masculine in her dress, she's got to be masculine in her voice as well. I'm not talking about any particular woman who was in Mr. Clinton's cabinet. She's got to be masculine in her voice as well. So if you can't see, you don't know whether it's a man or a woman, the voice. And as she assumes the role of the maid in society, even the face begins to change. The softness of the woman's face is now replaced with the hardness of the male, the face of the maid. More than that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks in the Quran about a woman, a young girl, out there in Sinai. Musa alayhi salam had fled from Egypt, remember? Killed a man. And he reached this well, and the two girls were standing by there with their sheep, and they couldn't water their sheep because there were men around there, and he offered to do it for them, you remember? And then everybody left. And they got, and he left all alone by the well. Poor Musa. And then after some time, one of the girls came back. And now this is the wilderness, nobody around. And this is a man, he's standing by the well. And this is a girl. And she's coming to approach him. And she is at her wit's end. She's so bashful. She's so shy. And Allah describes it in the Quran. Why? Because this is the nature of a woman when she is a woman and has not been exposed to the world. There is bashfulness and there is shyness in her. But as the feminist revolution takes over and her exposure to the world means that the covering and the shrouding of the night is gone, and the brightness of the day takes over. She becomes masculine. And she ain't want to show any bashfulness and shyness anymore. Nah man, that's for them kunumunanem. Uncle Sam's daughters ain't like that. But guess what? As the night becomes day, the night will no longer be truly night. And when the night is no longer truly night, and there is an adversarial relationship between the day and the night, they're fighting each other, then the attraction will begin to wane. Do you understand what? The attraction will begin to wane. And when the attraction begins to wane, then there will be some men who will no longer find satisfaction in the arms of a woman. They will now look for satisfaction in the arms of another man. And the corollary will be that there will be some women who will no longer find satisfaction and happiness in the arms of a man, but will now find it in the arms of another woman. The Prophet ﷺ prophesied that this day would come when there will be a prevalence of homosexuality and its corollary lesbianism. He said it 1400 years ago. And today, the Gay and Lesbian Rights Day Parade in Manhattan in the United States is the biggest and most important of all parades for the whole year. 1 million people marching down Broadway, nearly all of them almost naked, flaunting their perverted sexuality. Lesbians and homosexuals. And in order to take the stigma out of the word homosexual, you do some linguistic gymnastics and you replace the word homosexual with the word gay. Yes. So this is something positive. Gay. Oh, I see. So homosexuality and lesbianism